Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another FlyJSim live stream. Today it's the 10th of November 2021, 3 minutes past 5 in the evening. I should be saying good evening. I should be saying god kveld, everyone. I've been learning a little bit of Norwegian for today's stream. Today we're back in the excellent FlyJSim Dash 8 Q400. Little sector today, just 1 hour. We're going to be going from Tromsø to, well, I thought it was pronounced Kirkenes. I've been also practicing here as well. It's, I think, Kirkenes in Norwegian here, right at the top of Europe. We're streaming 8 hours behind live time because there's so little light at this place at the time of year at the moment, about 4 or 5 hours of daylight. The sun stays so low on the horizon. But we'll be enjoying this sort of sunset dusk flight all the way to Norway, even though it's the first thing in the morning. So really looking forward to this as well. Weather's improved quite a lot in Kirkenes as well. So excellent. We're in Tromsø for now, and we'll be getting on our way shortly. Who we got here in chat then? We've got Rosie McGowan. Thanks for subscribing as well. David Brozhiner as well. Lukey Jordan, you never usually catch your live streams. Thank you very much for popping in live here. AFO3310, Tony Flies is here. Christian Domino Musina Stoffer, Gucktveld to you as well. And Aaron Hastings, John Padfield too. Who else we've got here? DH Simulations. Hopefully you got the link for the livery there. So you're asking that right at the start of the stream. I hope you're doing well. Lars Hunkholm, one of my moderators as well. He's the one that suggested this route today because I was actually planning on going, which I can't remember how it's pronounced. The weather was absolutely impossible to get into, but hopefully we'll go to our destination at another time as well. Also, to say a massive thank you to FlyJSim because they sent me a copy of the aircraft prior to release. I'm actually, instead of me having to purchase it, I'd like to give you guys a copy, one of you guys a copy there. So right at the end of the stream, after we've landed in Kirkenes, we'll do a giveaway where you have a chance of winning the FlyJSim Dash 8 Q400 to pop in your Explain library as well. Awesome. So here we are in Tromsø. This is the Aerosoft version. I have the winter scene on, so you can see it looks like a lot of winter ops is here. If you look at the background though, not so snowy, but at least whilst we're taxiing around, it looks really authentic. I don't know actually how much snow is down in Tromsø at the moment as well, but you can see here the runway. There's a good point here to mention actually. There's a minimum clear width. Look, there's actually quite a lot of snow on the edge here, so you could actually might have to declare or reduce the minimum width of the runway here, but it looks really cool with this kind of winter setting here. But here we are, and this is the first of a time Alpaca Airways has flown turboprop. Alpaca Airways, you know, we have a fleet of hundreds of aircraft. We're now utilising the short-haul network. We've ordered, I think, something in the region of 500 to 600 Dash 8s to be flown all over the world from our various bases. So again, massive thank you to Jamlin, who makes the main Alpaca Airways livery. It suits the Dash 8 so well. Looks absolutely wicked on this. If you'd like to download a copy of this exclamation mark livery as well, there's lots of different variants here. I've gone for the original Alpaca Airways look there, but it's so clean, really tidy. Looking forward to flying this a few more times in the future as well. I'm actually slowly falling in love with this aircraft. I did a test sector late last night or in the very early hours of this morning. I just really enjoyed it. All seems to be working quite nicely. The FPS seems to have improved. I think one of the issues I had last stream was the fact that I was flying over the UK with Orbex True Earth and I was getting a lot of issues with FPS. I've had no problems actually on this sector. Around 30 FPS has been a lot smoother, but I understand there's some optimization coming for this aircraft in the future. It will be better for people that have similar systems to me, or even perhaps lesser power as well. Cool, so we best get on into the flight deck. I've not done anything apart from spawn on stand. I am on VATSIM today, and I can see we have some ATC that's joined as well, which is really nice, and some other aircraft. There we are, professional as ever, jumping into the flight deck. Cool, so yeah, let's show you sort of where we are geographically, because a lot of people are quite interested to see where we are and see why it's so dark at the moment there. Thank you very much, Dodgy Dave again.
I feel my reputation may be a bit tarnished after the last stream. Would you like me to give your Dash 8 the once over? Free of charge, of course, Gov.
Well, thank you very much, Dodgy Dave 737. Prepare for the £5. Anyone watched the last live stream last week when we were in the 737-800? We were actually looking at a technical failure of that stream with the loss of System 8. Dodgy Dave was the one that serviced our aircraft. I hope Dodgy Dave hasn't been touching our Dash 8 here in Tromsø in the Northern Norway. Thank you very much, Dodgy Dave, wherever you are, you funny old fool. Appreciate the fiver, buddy. Thanks as well Craig Stevens for your 9 months as a member, who's used the opportunity for the alpaca emoji. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, buddy. And thank you for the continued membership. Richard Harris, in the early 80s, I visited Tromsø for work a number of times. The ride around the fjord into town is wild. No barrier, snow on the ground, and a mad taxi driver. But we got there. Glad to hear. Oh, my goodness me. Well, hopefully that bad driver hasn't gone off the edge of the barrier at any point there. Hello, Justine. Says, hello from Norway. This is going to be fun. Awesome stuff. Yes, so for those of you unfamiliar with where we are, look, we're right in the Arctic Circle. There's the UK, France, Spain. We're right at the top here. We're actually streaming 8 hours behind live time. So right now in Norway, it's 8 minutes past 6 in the evening. It'd be completely dark now at this time of year. It's 9:08 in the morning, and by the time we actually get to Kirkenes, which is just here to the east, quite close to the Russian border, it'll be about 11 o'clock in the morning in the sim, but it'll be approaching the point at which the sun is at the highest point in the sky for this time of year. And I think in 2 weeks' time, Tromsø and this part of the world is in continuous, well, not continuous darkness. The sun doesn't rise for 2 or 3 months, so it's pretty interesting. I'd find it very difficult to be at this part of the world here. But yeah, I mean, in the summer they have continuous sunlight, so it's all gets a little bit better then. But anyway, let's get the show on the road today and fly the Dash 8. We'll be following kind of Flyby procedures as well, or what my friend from Flyby told me we're going to do as well. Let's now have a look here at the OFP to start with. Use that there. Jamlin, thank you for your 21 months as a membership. My primary livery maker, Alpaca Canada version, should be released today. The CSL will be updated, so don't forget to update your CSL before the members only group flight. Thank you very much, Jamlin. I'll ensure that I'll be sure to do that prior to our MOGF this weekend. Thank you very much, Jamlin, for your continued support as well. Cool. So there's my test sector from yesterday. One flight in the Alpaca Airways Dash 8. We've transported 78 passengers, latest version as well. We're going to take a full load of passengers as well for a bit of fun. So I'll get the GPU connected because we're going to have some ground power very soon. I think we go to select load first. So full load of passengers, 78. I'm just going to jig the weight here so it matches the zero fuel weight on my flight plan. So that's 5589. We're going to take a quarter load of cargo as well. So 431 kilos in the main hold. Time en route today will be about 55 minutes. So I'm going to put that to 0. And here, 55. Fuel, here's our operational flight plan. There we go. So flight time, 56 minutes. 55, that's close enough. The 2.6 tons reserves are quite high because the alternate I chose was actually to come back to Tromsø if we have any problems. I'm going to take an extra 30 minutes of fuel, so it could be a little bit windier later. So 500 kilos on top of that. It's got 3 tons for the fuel, which will be a decent amount there. LaJules, welcome back as a member. Glad you enjoyed the content, or if you just renewed, thank you so much. And what's that? Does it even say how long you've been here for? Over 6 months with that, Evelyn. Thank you so much, buddy. So 3 tons of fuel. That won't get you very far in a 737. We should have a zero fuel weight of 24.4 tons. We've got 24,338. So we now go to the load summary. We've got the 80s here, but right now I think the temperature, it was actually a lot colder yesterday. It's 5 degrees here at the moment, so 5 degrees. Time en route 55 minutes. Route distance, we'll use the ground distance for that. 276. 276. 10 minutes for taxi. Reserve fuel time, 30 minutes, we'll leave it at that. Reserve fuel quantity might be a little bit higher than that actually, because we take an extra, probably be more of a ton, but we'll leave it. 25,000 feet to cruise today, and we're going to use 2,300 en route. And it just gives you a little bit of a CG diagram and a rough idea where your CG will be. But I learnt last stream that the trim, you just have to set within here, you don't actually have a trim setting for departure. So, confirm load, and I think go here, start loading, there we go. Let's see what the name of our first ever passenger is on this flight. I wonder if it's Norwegian. It usually only takes a few seconds to pop up. Or not the case here. Fuel loading, opening cabin doors, passengers boarding. What's our first passenger called? It's really cool, this. Oh, well, he's taking an age to get on. He's probably slipped over in the snow. There he is. Ron Moore from Tromsø on board, male. Age 11. Oh, young lad. Very cool. Aviationpedia, hey, do you remember me from Concourse stream? Sorry, everyone for spamming, but I want him to answer this. Yes, if you keep spamming it, you probably won't end up in chat for much longer. Yes, I do just about remember you. We always try to say hello to as many people as possible. Do remember during the setup, trying to get everything up and running in a reasonable amount of time. So if I was to interact with all of you, we'll be here on the ground forever. Pedro, hi Captain, if you use SimBrief, what OFP layout do you use? One that's a well-known European airline, that one will work for you. Christian sounds very Norwegian, absolutely. No problem, Aviationpedia. As I said, I'll try to get back to as many people as possible. So, we've got the loading underway. Actually, we would have really got the aircraft powered up prior to loading, so they're coming onto a cold and very dark aeroplane still. So let's get the batteries on. So battery master, main battery, auxiliary battery, standby battery. External power is on, so we won't lose... won't discharge the battery. Now, it's 5 degrees, it's not snowing at the moment. My operator, I don't know what would be the case in the Dash 8. If we're in freezing conditions, we turn the pitot-static sources on at this stage. But it's only 5 degrees, but I will warm up the windshield at this stage here as well. But dome and storm lighting on. APU, I imagine they've all got woolly coats on back there. Arm the emergency exit lights. Seatbelt sign on, no smoking sign on. We should already have the exterior position lights on and the tail logo. So you'll see we have our red port light and green starboard light on. That tells everyone we have AC power connected to the aircraft. What's this back here? I didn't realise this. Has that always been the case, or is that an update? So it actually simulates that we've got a ground fuel tank there and we're loading up the aircraft. Is that a new thing from FlyJSim? Well, I might have just missed that last stream. Very nice touch there. Excellent. Right, so that's the overhead panel sorted for now. MCP, we need to get all the screens powered up before we start loading up the FMC and setting up the MCP for our departure. We need to get our clearance as well from air traffic control. So let's turn up all the screens. It's one of my favourite features is seeing these screens power up. It's very, very cool. PFD, MFD, we just have the ED, which I think stands for engine display. Be a logical guess. Radio tuning panels are coming on, and the flight management computers are coming on as well. On, off, on, off. There we are. So the aircraft's getting all powered up and booting up. I bet if you put your ear to this FMC, you can probably hear it clicking away, just like old massive PCs did. Very, very cool. Antsy, so we didn't do a walk around on the test sector. No, I've not done one at all. What's with fueling before? Which setting do you run Enhanced Clowns on? Says Fly Smitty. So I have my own personal style. If you really want to know what it is, comment on the video after the stream and I'll copy and paste the settings there. It's sort of a mixture between high performance and high quality. What am I getting FPS wise at the moment? 35 FPS, pretty good, so pretty happy with that. Hope you're doing well, Taylor 3145. Okay, Ayush, hi Captain, just want to know, do you need to only warm windshield, no need to do ice protection as it only turned on once ice detection message appears? Now, I believe, Ayush, for the Dash 8, for in-flight, when you're in icing conditions, we put the engine intake on, sort of like the same as engine anti-ice, and for the airframe icing, yes, for this one, you wait for the message to come up, icing detected, and I think that's when you use the ice protection systems, as I've been told. So I should think the window heat is warmed up at this stage. It does say here do not select it on if it's over 20 degrees, but it's 5. So I should probably think they have it on here. Perfect. Let's now carry on. Ricardo, shots fired towards a dash. Sounds like an old computer. I was only curious. It doesn't sound like that at all, but it is an old one. Perfect. So let's go into the flight management computer to load that up. So we've got the nav database active until the 1st of December 21. We'll accept that here. We're going to go to flight plan, and you can already see it knows where we are, which is Tromsø, Northern Norway. And here's our routing. So we get this right. We firstly go to destination, which is Echo November Kilo Romeo. So we'll select that here. Echo November Kilo Romeo, that is entered. We'll accept, and we then go to menu, departure, and we'll then select our SID. It's definitely going to be runway 18 in use today. I'll grab the ATIS shortly, but right now it's 220 at 17 knots, so definitely runway 18. That is entered. We're going to have the Pug 1 Bravo, so that is going to be number 3. Actually, you know what? Let me grab my clearance first, just in case he gives me something that's completely different. So that is inserted for now, and we do actually have tower online, which is pretty cool. Let me just tune the frequency up. And just turn up FlyJSim here. And let's see if the ATIS is working as well. We can kill 2 birds here.
Feed.
Let's just grab the weather.
Temperature 5, 2.0. QNH 988. Temporary
so cool.
showers
the
of
old
rain.
school SAS,
Clouds. Few at cumulonimbus 1,500 feet.
CB's
broken
lovely.
at 3,000 feet. Remark. Wind 2,600 feet 190 degrees 17 knots.
Oh, what's going on here? Just touched it for a second.
This is Tromsø Information, Quebec. Time 1650 Zulu. Expect ILS approach. Runway in use 18. Runway condition wet. Transition level 90. For clearance and startup, contact Tromsø Tower 118.3. Wind 210 degrees 17 knots.
Windy.
Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Showers in the vicinity. Clouds. Few at 2,400 feet. Scattered at...
Perfect, so I've got all the weather. 5 degrees. No, I didn't get the QNH. Oh, you city boy.
Few at cumulonimbus 1,500 feet.
Oh, it seems
broken
to
at
lift where I was.
3,000 feet. Remark. Wind 2,600 feet 190 degrees 17 knots.
Is it not giving the QNH?
This is Tromsø Information, Quebec. Time 1650 Zulu. Expect ILS approach. Runway in use 18. Runway condition wet.
I don't think it's giving
Transition
the...
level
oh, it
90.
is.
For clearance and startup, contact Tromsø.
It's 988. I've just seen it on text, guys, so instead of just listening to that all day, I'll write that down for the text section. I must have missed it on the first one there. So QNH is 9... just going to double check that. It's 988, not 998, Ollie. You'll make me set the wrong one. 988. So we'll set that here now. And I'll turn that down. So 988. Where are you? There we go. Oh dear. Thankfully, my mouse I can do a quick spin function, but it's really you can't hold this one down. Oh, you can then actually. There we are. 988. MF Ray will set now as well. What is the elevation here? It is pretty much sea level, so 1,032 feet will set as IMF-RA. Now, I forgot to do this last stream, but this is quite useful because it's the point at which you can initiate flap retraction. So we'll go to MDA. Right. Oh, it's a bit fiddly. There we are. How do I... I'm trying my best to spin it. Alright, I'm holding down the button, but I can't actually... Oh, that is really fiddly. There we are, I'm using the mouse wheel. There we are. So 1,030 feet now will do us there. So that's the point at which we're going to accelerate and retract the flaps. Now let's just grab our clearance as well, just to make sure we get the right SID and go from there. Tromsø Tower, good day. Alpaca 8, Echo Sierra, copied information, Quebec, QNH 988 hectopascals. Stand 16, request departure clearance to Kirkenes.
Alpaca 8, Echo Sierra, Tromsø Tower, very good evening. You are cleared to Kirkenes via the Airpug 1 Bravo departure. Climb flight level 90, squawk 4210.
Cleared to Kirkenes on the Airpug 1 Bravo departure. Climb flight level 90, squawk 4210, Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra.
Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra, read back correct.
Perfect, so we've got our departure clearance. How's my pronunciation? Does anyone is Norwegian in chat today? Flight level 90, so we can preset that here. 90 set, squawk 4210. So come down to the transponder. 4210. There we are, and we'll leave it in standby for now. And we've also inserted the SID already. So let's go back to the operational flight plan. Always good to confirm with ATC first, because there were multiple pug SIDs here, so I'm pretty sure it was there would have been the 1 Bravo, but you know, put it in and then brief it and then do something else. So, Erpug 1 Bravo, we now go to, let me get this right here, to no link, select no link, and then you press the list button. I made a note of this from my friend who told me what to do. From list, you select the waypoint, so it's the ATA VOR. Oh no, what do I do here? Is it 1? Enter. There we are. Alpha Tango Alpha, and then again list. Airway from Alpha Tango Alpha, Mike 609, number 1. And then it's to Sierra Delta Alpha, number 10. There we are. From Sierra Delta Alpha, it's going to be the arrival. So we go to menu, arrival, and there it's going to be runway 23 most likely with forecast wind. The arrival is going to be the is it Sierra Delta Alpha 1 Quebec? I'm actually not sure what it's short for. So number 2. Enter there, and the transition will be the ILS 23 via Dogod transition 1. Enter. Okay, I think we're all in. So check for any discontinuities. I remember Amy telling me don't get rid of the Echo at Oscar Alpha. That's for the missed approach. And then don't worry about the last no link as well, unless you need to divert. You can put another routing in as well. So I think the FMC is all loaded, which is pretty good. We'll see if I've forgotten anything later on for sure. Justin, pronunciation equals improving. Thank you. Or I should say, tusen tak. Thank you very much. LeJules, are you planning having time to participate in World Flight this year? I have heard about this, LeJules. Yes, so World Flight, guys, is a charity stream going on in Twitch. I don't know much more about it than it's some guys that have a fully built 747 home cockpit, and they go around, I think, over a period of weeks. So I think they're raising money for a Lullaby Trust. I think it's a good cause. So yeah, go guys, go check that out as well. I haven't approached them to stream with them or anything like that. I have my own charity streaming page as well, which I do every 10,000 subscribers. I mean, we've raised nearly £8,000, I think it is. So we'll be doing that when we get to what was it, 80. I can't remember how many subscribers I've got. I know I've got 73,700. Because lots of people messaged me pointing that out. But yeah, go guys, check that out. It's a great cause I think they're streaming for there. Aviationpedia, you won't believe I was waiting for your stream since yesterday, and my laptop was running the whole night with the stream waiting screen. Dumb me. There. Amy, don't forget the fuel data to the FMS. No, that was what was coming next. I was having a good chat. Thank you. I think we're all good there though. I did this on the test section. Your VNav, Amy, and your FMS worked perfectly. We put you straight onto the glide slope. Very impressed. So, fuel. We don't need to put passengers or cargo. All we need is 0 fuel weight. So, loading, I think, is all completed. There's all our passengers. Look at that. Superb. Odalis Cunningham. What name is that? Superb. 0 fuel weight. Probably not quite finished loading, but it should be 24.4. Oh, yeah. No scratch pad, so 0 fuel weight. We'll put exactly what it is, can't we? 24,195. It's actually slightly less than I was predicting, but we'll put in that anyway. 24,195. And fuel on board should be 3 tons. There we are, 1,500 kilos aside, so 3,000 kilos. Alternate. So routing to get to alternate. It's back here to Tromsø, so it's 945. Holding, we've got a fin res of 416, so we'll put that in. And extra was extra 500 kilos, let's put 450 or so. There we are. So fuel information's all uplifted, and I think that's all the information the FMC now needs at this stage. And I think if I push this, where is it? Here's a little, I know there's a little click spot, there it is. These are all the V-speeds based off the first default flap setting, flap 5. Based on your current gross weight. It won't take into things like contaminated runway or anything like that, but that's good enough for a desktop simulator there. Very, very cool. That is all good. I think we're ready to run the checklist. We have our clearance. We just need to brief our taxi SID. Oh yeah, set up the MCP as well. So let's grab up the aerodrome charts. Here it is. So runway QDM for runway 18 is 183. So we'll go here, set 183. go all the way around. Yeah, runway 183. We'll set the courses to 183 for now as well. 183 and 183, just so it matches the runway track. We've done flight level 90 as well, so that is all set. We can select this actually to nav source to GPS. Well, not GPS, FMS1. Oh yes, we need to copy across all the information for Jim as well. So let's go to, firstly, where is it down here, to nav. So you'll see, look, Jim's doesn't have any of the information here. So we go here to crossfill from FMS1. It's copying all the data to FMS1 to FMS2. They're not synced in any other way, apart from when you copy it across. So there you are, Jim has all the information. And I think we're now in a position to run the checklist. So before start checklist, recirc fan can come on.
50, 40, 30.
External
20,
checks being completed by
10.
Jim, who's permanent pilot monitoring. Thank you very much, Incree $002 for the £2. Very kind.
Hello, Captain.
Hello.
Hope all is well.
Yes,
I
thanks.
am currently abroad, in a city you know very well, and instead of being touristy and watching your stream smile, take care as always. I am returning back to base tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Incree $002. I hope your partner doesn't mind you watching my streams whilst you're on holiday, and instead of being touristy, you're watching the stream. I love that. Thank you very much, buddy. I hope you're doing well. And, a safe flight or trip back to Malta. It must be flight, because you can't have driven. That's very kind of you, sir. I hope you're doing well, Incree. Excellent. City knows very well, so Laura, behave yourself. Let's carry on with the rest of the checklist. Alternate gear, doors, landing gear, inhibit switches closed, flight deck preparation completed, briefings completed. Well, it's not completed. What stand are we on again here? I think we're right at the corner of the terminal. I think it was 17, or did I say 16 to our chap there? Yeah, stand 17, we're on 16 is the one next to us. So we're going to push back, long push back to face north on Yankee. And then it's just the one taxiway from Yankee to Echo. There's no requirement for us to backtrack in the Dash 8. We can depart from the Echo intersection straight off there. It's a lovely RNAV SID for us, an Erpag 1 Bravo, transition altitude 7,000 feet, RNAV 1 required and GNSS required. We have GPS fitted to this aircraft. And for us, it's straight ahead to oh my goodness me, Tango Charlie 1-2. Apparently it's max 145 knots, but I believe, no, that's for the other SID there, so that's not applicable. We're actually going straight away to Tango Charlie 707. Left turn 154 for 6.7 miles, that checks. Then a further left turn to Sugav, and all the tracks and distances look good, 26.1049, and then it's to Erpug. So I'm happy that everything is coded correctly with the SID. Flight level 90 is the initial stop level, which we've been advised by ETC, and it's set on the MCP as well. So we have done everything we need to do prior to engine start. So briefing is complete, circuit breakers are in, passenger signs are definitely on, emergency lights are on, anti-skid, that's for Jim, that's on. Fuel transfer quantity off and checked, emergency brake pressure would check, power levers are in the disconnect position, they are, just make sure that it's all done. I don't know if this is done at a ladder stage, but I've often tried to take off with that lock in place, so I'm going to move that now. Fuel off, takeoff data is reviewed, and start approved, battery on, doors, fueling lights are all out, so let's just verify all the doors are closed first. We have a habit here of leaving doors open at FlyJSim at Alpaca Airways, but looks like I can't see any door controls, door lights enunciated there, so they are, for the sake of this checklist, all done. AP bleed off, it's not required for the engine start. Anti-collision light red, engines cleared for start. And I'm going to start the APU because we're going to push back, start the engines on the roll instead of doing it on the streams. It doesn't take long to get the APU started. Power does a little self-test, and then we'll move that to start. And whilst that's going on, I'll get better pushback connected, and we're due out 2 minutes ago. We're not doing too bad for time, so better pushback start.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Well, this way please.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Excellent. And Jules, leaving the door open on the failure stream was comedy gold. Well, I didn't mean to. It's the problem with, one of the problems is when you use SAM, the Jet Air Bridge interface, it automatically closes or opens the door whenever you make a command. So what I do, I closed it manually, but when I disconnected it, it commanded it to open. So I didn't know until I checked the external view. Well, there's our little pushback tug. He's just scraped all the paintwork along the GPU there. I think the APU should be running. It is. Well, all I need to do is disconnect the external power. Ooh, I don't think on the generator. There we are. So APU's taking the electrical load. Ben Matthews, how did you get the snow? It looks great. This is part of the Aerosoft scenery. It gives you the texture
Okay,
option.
all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
The texture option for snow. So it's only around here. If you look at the distance, you'll see default scenery. But as we fly further east, it'll get a little bit brighter. I have downloaded Q4XP for the entire sector from ARC, using that as a source, because I was told that's
Winching strap and adapter in position. Release parking brake when ready to start pushback.
I will do. I was told ARC is the best ortho source for Norway, so it doesn't look too bad, but it's so
And
cloudy.
Sunday 442, ready for Pushback.
Scandinavian 442, hold position.
Alright, that's that guy. Well, I think we're all ready as well, so we'll request push and
Alpaca
start.
125, wind 230 degrees, 17 knots, runway 18, clear takeoff.
Clear for takeoff from
I saw that,
way
Anthony.
1.
Tower Alpaca 8, Echo Sierra, on stand 16, request push and start.
Alpaca 8, Echo Sierra, push and start approved, QNH 988.
Push start approved, QNH 988, Alpaca 8, Echo Sierra. Perfect. So, I got in front of the other guy, that was cheeky. Right, let me just make sure we've done everything here. So, anti-collision light we need to put onto red. There we are. And engines, all good, and to start. There we are. So, releasing parking brake, we're on our way. Oh, he's attaching the winching strap. There he is. Right, well, whilst that's going on, I'm going to start the engines just to get the ball rolling. So, starting engine number 2. Turn the music off now as well. Start. 10% already.
Alpaca 125, contact Polaris control 126.45.
Start feather.
126450, thank you, good day. Alpaca 125.
I'm going to start this. Oh, still got the GPU connected. Is he going to start pushing me anytime soon? Ah! Let's make sure he's...
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
I've done that.
Starting pushback.
Thank you, Hans. Right, starting engine number 2 anyway. And we'll start engine number 1 as well. We'll leave them both feathered until both engines have started, causing pandemonium out there. Right, starting engine number 1. The sounds on this aircraft are absolutely superb.
Alpaca 225, gate 18, request push and start.
Hi Jorgen, I've been a passenger between Kirkenes and Tromsø when I was conscripted. Very cool. In Norway, is mandatory conscription still? Interesting.
Okay, cleared for push and
Thinking
start.
Turkey as well.
Great, Alpaca 225, QNH 988.
Right, so it looks like we've got 2 good engine starts. I don't know if there was a delay. Oh no, I remember asking this to my friend. He said as soon as both the engines started, well, they used to taxi single engine and flyby out, but once if they did 2 engine starts, they used to just put the props to fine as soon as it was done, or max, so we'll do that now. And this sounds awesome.
Northern to taxiway, Alpaca 225. Thank you.
Very good evening, November 9%, also requesting our product views to Kirkenes.
November 947.
Hi Flying Jackal, I hear this is a good play. Hey, there's a reason why I've jumped back into it. As soon as possible. Thanks again for the preview coffee, buddy. There we are, we've got Alpaca. Oh no, we're going to be a bit of a queue for departure. Let's hope the jets can get away with not having to backtrack.
5160.
5160, November 9%, well.
November 2 Alpha, redirect.
I think we'll push to stop that now, so The reason I want to stop it is just so the other guy can push back still. Bit tight.
Operation complete. Please set parking brake.
Go. Parking brake sets.
Disconnecting tow. Please stand by.
So external power APU can come off.
Har du mulighet til å taxi rundt company til høyre?
Main bus tie off. Bleed 1 air 2 on as required. So bleed on, we'll leave it to minimum. Battery temperatures and measures checked. Condition levers are at max. Standby hydraulic pressure and power transfer unit on. So they are here. And the tank auxiliary pumps on as well. The hydraulic through isolation valve, it does say open. I was advised that it doesn't need to be done. Elevator control for travel. So
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left hand side. We'll see you next time or Hango tour.
hard to Blair. Hard to Blair. I think it's goodbye. I've been learning. He's not gone yet. Check the elevator. So I've got the control column hidden because it's a little bit in the way for me personally. But you see on the flight control, it's moving. Flap select, so flap 5 for departure. De-icing pressure checked. Bypass pin is seen. Rudder travel, check for full travel, full right, left. And steering is on. Windshield heat is on, required, it's on low. Flight taxi to taxi. There we are, and put the taxi light on as well. Commencement, ready for taxi. Radio, radar navigator sets, we're not using navigator for departure. Our nav SID, PFD's set, power damper on, we're ready for taxi.
November 12 Alpha, start of approved, QNH 988.
Start removed to QNH 988, November 9.
Alpac.
332, line up runway 18, back to approved.
Bit of a wingtip clearance issue there. Alpaca 8, Echo Sierra, request taxi.
Alpaca 8, Echo Sierra, taxi to holding point runway 18 via Yankee.
Taxi hold point 18 via Yankee, Alpaca 8, Echo Sierra. Perfect, so...
Alpaca 225 ready for taxi.
Clear left, and clear right.
Alpaca 225.
Parking brake released. Run away.
After the company dash 8 passes left to right on Yankee, follow him to holding point runway 18.
So has he pushed back
Okay,
already?
after
I guess
dash
he's just
8,
doing
after
it.
company dash 8,
Not
left
a
to right,
super long
fall
pushback.
to runway 18, so back 225.
Oh, loads of room.
Pushback.
It's amazing in snow.
Push start approved, QNH 988, ready, QNH 988.
That is super cool. So this is 8 hours behind live time. So this was 10:40 in the morning this morning in Tromsø. It's just so dark still. There's just so little light left at this time of year. And I was looking on the it was like time date website. It was sort of explaining how much. What have we got here? Oops. I think we do that the whole point anyway. To be fair. It was showing how in 2 weeks' time the sun does not get above the horizon. It's going to be so dark there.
November 2 Alpha, taxi to holding point runway 18 via Yankee.
Yeah, the Aerosoft Tromsø scenery is very nice. It's been updated as well, I think, recently. I know you can get, is it X and Viro, so you can turn the rest of the landscape snowy, but yeah, I use Ortho most of the time. So I didn't get Ortho for around here because I had to have made a custom Ortho tile for the airport. So clear left and right. Everyone's asking about the snow. Thanks, Dolno City, you've got it covered. Sam also has a feature, I think. Yeah, Jules, sorry, I am using this. Yeah, it's like a plugin which made the Sam plugin selected deep winter plugin or something, the snow option. That's how I got it to work. Jules, what's the estimated flight time? About 55 minutes.
Tromsø Tower, riktig god kveld.
Anyway,
Gristar 717, Romeo, Kirkenes Trondheim,
Autofeather I didn't turn on.
Gristar 717, Tromsø Tower, god kveld. Cleared.
I'm going to use that for takeoff, so that means if the engine fails, it'll feather for you. Flaps are set, trims are set, takeoff warning. Tested, I don't actually know how to do that. I try to find out.
Kirkenes, Sami mot 3 Bravo, departure, climb flight level 90 and squawk 17441, Gristar 717.
Gristar 717, respect correct.
And here's the whole point. Outback 8 Echo Sierra, whole point Echo, runway 18, ready for departure, and we won't need backtrack when ready.
Roger.
So we just got to wait for the aircraft that's backtracking.
Contact Polaris Control 126.450, sir.
Polaris 126.450.
There we are. And there's the whole point. You just don't have to touch the brakes. I mean, I will do now just to bring the aircraft to a stop, but bit of props. But you just put the leave the idles in the disconnect position, bring them up, and it puts the props in reverse slightly, so it just slows you down. It's really nice. Tony, there's a switch behind the tiller for takeoff test. Thank you so much.
Is it possible to get pushback now?
Scanning 442A firm, push start approved, engine 988, and remain clear of the taxi.
Well, it's beeping. Is that a good sign?
Push the cruise 998.
I only have the parking brake.
Scanning 442.
Cab message, so that's okay. John, 2 questions. Why is there snow at the airport but not the distance? 2, is it really snowing already in Norway? First question is, plug-in is just for snow at the airport with the airport scenery. That's why there's snow already here, but it's just a bit of immersion, don't need to be so serious.
8 Echo Sierra behind the departing Norwegian 737 line at runway 18 behind.
Behind the Norwegian 737 departing, line up and wait behind Outback 8 Echo Sierra. So yeah, I don't know if there's actually any snow on the ground at Tromsø. I guess if you look at a webcam, I shouldn't think there's as much as we're seeing here, but that looks cool. It looks cool. It looks cool. Right, so we're ready to go. Line up. Cabin crew notification checked. Bleed 1 and 2 is in the mid position. He's now rolling, so he's just gone past us. We can now line up and wait. White anti-collision light, come on. Transponder, oh, it's still on standby, I guess. It's on out now. Yeah, also, worth noting, if the runway was contaminated like this, and taxiway, my operator, the maximum taxi speed we have is 5 knots. It's 5 knots. Being 5 degrees as well, yeah, it wouldn't be as much snow as this.
Norseman 1 Alpha Mike, contact Polaris Control 126.450, so.
Polaris Control 12645, Norseman 1 Alpha Mike.
Ready to go, just need to push a few buttons.
Thank you, you too.
First, so we're going to select go around here, heading select,
345,
and out select. So that prevents the aircraft from going through
Holding point, 180 Yankee.
parking brake set.
Alpha 8 Echo Sierra, wind 230 degrees, 17 knots, runway 18, clear for takeoff.
Runway 18 cleared takeoff, Outback at 8 Echo Sierra. All ready to go, guys? I'll try and do my best to replicate flyby procedures, so I'll reset the elapsed timer, so timing,
Alpha 225,
just the parking brake
dash
there.
8,
So parking brake's released.
Behind the company dash 8, line up and wait, I'll back at 225.
We disconnected the flight levers and setting takeoff power. Set takeoff thrust. Light forward pressure.
442 very productive.
There we are, takeoff thrust set indications normal. We're left rudder coming in.
Scandinavian 442 behind the company Airbus.
80 knots checked, releasing forward pressure.
Right on Yankee. Follow him, calling point runway 18.
Behind the company traffic.
There's V1, rotate.
Follow him to holding point 18. Scandinavian 442.
Positive rate, gears coming up. And onto the flight directors. We have 400 feet, which is before we can select nav. And the aircraft's slowly going to accelerate, and when we we get to 1,000 for AGL, which is the little yellow bar there. Coming up, we can now engage the autopilot. There we are. Select indicated airspeed, buck 210 knots. And select flaps up. And that is the Flybe way. So the aircraft's just pitching down to accelerate to 210 knots. That's superb.
Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra, contact flight control 126.450.
126450. Thanks so much to the ATC. Q4XP. Hi.
Good well, and have a nice rest of your flight.
Thank you. Perfect. I did it. I did.
Alpug is the first waypoint in the flight plan if you okay, direct TNOS then, but next time file routes that you can fly. Direct TNOS for now.
Oh dear, someone's going to get telling off. Right. So let's just get the after takeoff checklist done before we clean up, so we can set standard now. It's coming to a flight level. So that is standard set, passing 40 flight level 90 after takeoff checklist. So oh yeah, oh I forgot to put the props in climb. Jet pilots, what we like, eh? There we are. Forgot to do that at 1,000 feet. So I have to take off. Landing gears up, flaps are up. Climb power set, bleed 1 and 2 is on already and low. Standby hydraulic pressure and PTU control off, and the auxiliary tank pumps and the auto feather. So it's those switches, and those switches. There we are. Ice protection at the moment is not required. Cabin and temperature control set. Passenger size is required. There we are. Have to take off checklist complete. There we are. Radar Q4XP, Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra, Pug 1 Bravo, passing 62 flight level 90.
Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra, approach control, good evening identified. Climb via SID, flight level 250.
Via SID to climb flight level 250, Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra. So 250. Is almost set. There are 250 sets, and we're just missing this cloud. So when we enter cloud, same way we turn engine anti-ice on, we need to put the engine intakes on as well. But no, so far so good. A nice departure.
Foxtrot, surface to ENKR, Vanos from Quebec arrived, direct Vanos, descent flight level 100.
Send that for 100 and
looks amazing.
Vanos from Quebec arrived and direct to Vanos.
Jules, what's the situation with your new PC? I'm holding off to get a build with the potentially the new i12 processor from Intel. Waiting for a bit more feedback and advice from Petrich and others, but it will be coming as soon as there's good reviews of this new processor. Timer, Captain. What? I pressed it. Oh no. Direct to Sierra Delta Alpha, Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra. Yeah, I did do it. I guess it was on the wrong display. Look, 3 minutes airborne. 3 minutes. So, direct to next page. Which is the waypoint? Alpaca 8 Echo, sorry, was that Sierra Delta Alpha?
Affirm.
Oh, I forgot what it was. Thank you. 9, enter. What a shortcut. Direct Sierra Delta Alpha. Anyway, passing 100 flight level 250, pre-cruise checks we can now do. So fuel, all our pumps are on, our 2 pumps, and we have 2.8 on board. Look, we've only put 200 kilos, amazing, so efficient.
Polaris Control,
lights
good
off.
evening, sir. This is
AP off, pressure, we've got 2.0 PSI climbing, and set.
Alpaca 35, hello. Climb flight level 290, and you're not supposed to turn on the Omni departure. You're supposed to climb straight ahead. Continue. Heading 030.
Heading 030 and confirm altitude for Alpaca 225.
Alpaca 225, flight level 290.
There we are, on our way to Sierra Delta Alpha. And once we get above 150, we're going to use this pitch hold feature to smooth everything out. Now Jules, the i9 12900K is a very good CPU. Is that the new processor? I'm sorry, Domino Mosina, thanks. You know, with me and PCs, guys, I really don't know that much. The I'm waiting for the 12th gen Intel, not i12, I don't know. 321, don't forget to crossfill the other CDU. Oh, of course, yes. It doesn't recognise the fact that I've just done a shortcut. That's quite good though, because in a way you can see your original flight plan, but no, crossfill, copying from FMS1. There you go, Jim.
225, turn left heading, correction right heading 080.
Pascal, the I-5 12 Gen Intel would be the best bang for the buck. Thanks to the advice there, Pascal.
Good evening, November 9 from 7 to Alpha, climbing for flight level 90, passing 4,000 feet.
I did copy it across there, but it still seems to have the original routing in.
Climb via SIT, flight level 350.
Climbing via SIT, flight level 350, November 9
So this is just default X-plane scenery, but as we go further east, you'll get some ortho to enjoy. It's very nice. Laura, Jib doesn't need an updated ND, no. He's still using the...
8 Echo Sierra, clear direct 2 God, Delta Oscar, Golf Oscar Delta, expect runway 23.
That's a great shortcut, direct to the Dogod point, Alpha 8 Echo Sierra. I forgot what it was called. That's the
Alpha Tango Alpha.
That's the beginning of the transition onto the approach, literally just on base leg. That's an amazing shortcut. So, direct to, I just forgot what the point was called. I haven't flown this far north in my life. 11. I love this feature. That's so cool. Direct Dogod. There we are. Yes, what was I saying? Jim still uses VFR charts. Jules, do you want to get the 3080 or 3080 Ti or 3090? I'm currently rocking at 10900. I know that I'm going to get whatever's going to keep the VC not requiring any upgrades for as long as possible. So if it's a little bit more, I don't mind. I've been saving up for it, so looking forward to getting a beast. I won't cheap out on anything, definitely not the CPU, because I'm mostly CPU limited on this build there. John, thank you so much for being a member for 10 months. Shout out for Shuey to help him through his epic bike ride on Zwift. Amazing, John. Thank you so much. Shuey, if you're watching, keep pedaling hard. Just imagine you're chasing us from behind. Thanks, John. I hope you're doing well. Gregory 5TV, do you get the same feeling in Most of Flight Simulator 2020 plane moves weirdly? It's getting better. I still prefer X-Plane 11 with regards to how the aircraft feel in the sim. The blade element theory they use is keeping it live.
For you, expect the RNO
It has been a while since I've fired
after kilo India kilo.
Anyway, ETA. I think if we go here to flight plan again. No, well, no, I can actually flick all the way through here. So runway look at 1047 or 1046. So a little under an hour. I think it says our current speed, so I think that'll actually come down when we level off. Yes, I'm meant to be using pitch hold now, that's what my friend said. So if we go here, we're in sort of level change.
Confirm the direction again.
We're in level change at the moment, so the aircraft's sort of pitching to maintain this speed. They call it IS hold, but my friend at FlyJSim said this sort of, the aircraft will oscillate as the speed changes. So a mode that they would typically use is select vertical speed again. So once, twice, pitch hold, and then just set it to 5 degrees, and the aircraft will lock on to 5 degrees, and you just slowly let the speed sort of lead off, but keep an eye on it. Now, my operator will operate the 737. This is like saying in vertical speed and letting the speed change, which is a bit of a no-no. And then when you level off, you accelerate to your cruise speed. JK3060, how much does the enhanced skyscapes affect performance? Yeah, there's a noticeable drop in FPS. Well, I say no, it's not a noticeable drop in FPS, but there is an impact. You can tell a little bit lag. My system, it's not that bad. Why is your view so high, says Sean Vince? That's sort of how I like it in a desktop simulator. Don't forget I'm looking at a 2D screen. So I sort of had the scene a bit higher to give myself a better perspective. I mean, in the cruise typically you probably have it about there, but this view gives me a much better view on final approach. On a
Speed 252 knots.
So I don't like the speed dropping off that quickly, so I'm just going to lower the altitude a notch. And you can see that that's where the ortho starts at this point. There's default textures, there's ortho.
Please complete your speed instructions.
I don't know where all the clouds have gone. That's Selective Sky doing its thing. But that looks amazing.
Polaris 4252, request type for clouds. 252, Roger, stand by.
Minimums.
Mark King,
minimums,
thanks for your 9 months membership.
minimums.
How you
Come
been?
in 442. Hello, passing 5,000, flying 490.
How you been, Captain? Been a little while. Good to be able to start joining some streams again. How is the Dash 8? Thank you very much, Mark King, for your 9 months as a member. Doing very well, and just a little bit of time off at the moment, guys, actually. Bit of leave, part of the agreements we have with work at the moment and stuff. So, yeah, I'm off until, you know, another 2 weeks. Another 2 weeks off. So, I actually have a stream tomorrow for you guys as well. If you go to the main... my main YouTube homepage, I've published 2 streams at once, which I'll be doing. Poland are celebrating 20 years of FlyJSim, or VACCR, so I've been invited to take part. We did actually do it 3 years ago, so we're doing 2 domestic sectors in Poland. But no, the Dash 8's great. I very much wanted to jump into it again as soon as possible after we did our first stream nearly a couple of weeks ago. And this was a nice little fun sector. The route was suggested by one of my mods, who I believe is not too far away from where we are right now, so yeah, really nice to jump in the aircraft in a beautiful part of the world and explore some new places. Don't forget as well that you have a chance to win this aircraft for your copy of X-Plane 11. I'll be doing that after we land by doing a little bit of a giveaway and a quiz. All the instructions will be given with regards to what to do, which will be after we land, which will be in around 45 minutes. Quite a short stream today. No, we're not live. It was getting dark around 14. Trond, we're 8 hours behind live time. Trond, Magni, Hansen. So right now in Norway, what is it? 7 o'clock in the evening, isn't it? So we are 11 o'clock in Norway. So 8 hours behind live time. Otherwise, exactly as you said, it would be pitch black.
Scanner 11 443 for Paris, Squawk 0250.
And that is Ortho 4XP. Looks absolutely mega. Zoom level 16 arc was the source. Looks absolutely superb. I mean, I know it's the clouds have just disappeared. Active Sky has been doing that recently for me, just getting rid of all the clouds. Don't know why.
100. Information due adjourned. Expect the ILS over Shutdown, runway 23.
Flight level 250, we'll let the aircraft accelerate, so I'm going to leave the power where it is. And then we get just below 10 knots from VMO. Bring the cruise power back. Javelin, flyby please, Captain. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, 717, Paris, Google, climb your seat, flight level 360 and
Love it.
Climb your seat, flight level 260, green 717. Okay, 717, flight level 360.
Domino Mosina, have you ever taken off behind dash and it was later slowing you down on your ascent in real life? Yes. But they're very good at keeping a high speed up on approach, but on the climb out they're a little bit slower. A little bit slower. Jules, are you taking suggestions, advice on your PC on Discord? Yes, if you have a look there, I did actually tag everyone a week and a half ago in the PC hardware software channel asking for advice, and the advice was just hold on a little bit just to get some information regarding the, not i12, the 12th generation Intel processor, which has just come out or something. It is an amazing livery from Javelin. Yeah, let's actually have a little look outside. Just, well, actually, let's just wait until we get to our just below our maximum speed. Just bring the power back. Paul Newman, have you any pictures of your sim setup? I don't. No. I think I shared up my story once, but it's nothing remarkable. It's just my PC. I have two monitors. One which has the sim, the other one is the streaming software and all the plethora of apps you have running in the background when you're streaming, or on FlyJSim. My laptop, which has you guys on it, in chat. I have the Logitech radio tuning panel, the Thrustmaster TCA joystick, and my work iPad. But I don't have any chance of the earbuds around here, so I'm actually going to be using Navigaph. Anyway, I'm just approaching our maximum speed, so we'll select the props to min 850. Bring a little bit of the torque off. It's about 230 knots. No auto throttle, of course. Got to set all this manually. There we are, and we'll now go to VNAV. Put in a target rate of descent. I was advised that 1900 is a suitable target. Press enter, and then you get top of descent information. Look at that, only 118 miles to go, about 20 minutes. About 5 minutes, we'll start setting up for the approach. Let me just check Active Sky, make sure it's all working correctly, because I very much doubt it's completely clear here right now. It is all working fine. Live weather is on. And it does say visibility 10k, no clouds reported, 2 degrees, 987. So, yeah, maybe it is clear, I don't know. A little bit more power off. Oh! I didn't touch anything, but there we are. That's probably a little bit more realistic. Let me just see what Active Sky says now. I didn't touch anything. Well, that looks great just on top of the clouds. Show the external model. Just turn the sounds down because I'll drown you all. There it is. That's made by Jam then. So that's one of the things with enhanced skyscapes. You see if I move, you get this sort of blurry motion. So one of the slight downfalls of it. There's another slight issue as well. When it's raining, the precipitation, it comes from bottom of the cloud, but it's very hard to explain until you've seen it. It sort of blocks what you're seeing sometimes. John, I'll concede that the view is gorgeous at the moment. Then he said sigh, never mind. Yeah, unfortunately. Well, I say unfortunately, the clouds still look pretty epic. But no, my FPS is much better. Yeah, clouds disappearing and reappearing is also from enhanced skyscapes. So, there you go. But I think it's a small price to pay for the clouds, which look epic. And the colours and the texture changes looks really nice. And this distance seems kind of low for a transport aircraft, yeah, but this is where the turboprops typically sit, between 20 and 30,000 feet. Can't go much higher.
50, 40,
very
30,
generous again.
20, 10.
Thanks for the 20 quid, buddy.
So tired, driven over 700 miles in 2 days. Enjoying the stream but may pass out. Keep up the good work, mate.
Cheers, Tim. Appreciate the 20 quid, buddy. That's very generous of you. Been a member of the channel for such a long time, and you've been busy in your truck all over the UK, no doubt. So thank you very much for your generosity and for your continued support as a member. Put your feet up. We'll be landing in about 45 minutes, so get a couple of fingers, keep your eyes open. Take care, buddy. Thank you. Steve, this is the latest version, Enhanced Skyscapes. We're better in FPS. Last version keeled around 69 FPS. Yeah, I'm in the latest version, so you've got these options for high performance and high quality. I'm using a custom one, which is between the two. But it's, yeah, it's okay. What's the FPS? 35. Just on top of the clouds. Cool, so we better actually start thinking about setting up. It's a short flight today. We are right along the, can't get much further north than this in Europe. Frigid part of the world here. The destination is right by the Russian border. It's tucked in here. I don't think it's always the clearest on these maps. Whereabouts was it? Oh, I can't exactly remember. Is that it there? Yeah, there we are. Kirkenes. Well, there's the town. I think it's only got a population of about 6,000 people. It's a really small place. Oh yeah, the strip airfield's not very long, so some of those jet boys will be struggling to get in. Oh, there's the clouds disappearing again. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. They just do that. But that's the ortho below. It looks absolutely super. It's just obviously because this time of the year, it's nearly midday local time, but it's as high as the sun gets. Does look great though. Preacher, do you know how to fix the flight fact 80/20 high sensitivity pitch up when rotating in joystick settings? I don't know, Preacher. I've not ever tried that aircraft there. Marcus, what source do you use for that ortho? ARC. Used ARC. Bing is quite cloudy for this part of the world in Norway, so I was recommended ARC. Looks pretty good. Ah, that's better. Ah. Ooh, accidentally just pressed something on expert now. I thought I accidentally closed it. Oh, I don't want to be doing that. Anyway, look, we've got about 14 minutes till top of descent, so let's bring up the charts for Kirkenes. How do you say this word? Hoi Buktamon? Is that the name of the airport? My oh my. Well, we've been given a direct, which pretty much cuts out the entire arrival. I'll show you the arrival anyway, which would have been the Shutdown Quebec. Cedar 1 Quebec, sorry. All that did was basically go Cedar, Kilo Romeo 530, direct to Dogod, and then we've already been given direct to Dogod, and then we'll be straight in for the approach. So if you go here, approach, look, ILS 23. We're already routing direct to this point, so we're going to go from Dogod, little base leg, straight onto the ILS. It's perfect, really. The weather isn't so bad. Yesterday, the weather here was awful, really bad. It's -1 at the moment, but it is cav okay. It's completely clear in Kirkenes, which is nice. Winds from the south. Might be saying this completely incorrectly as well. QNH 987, quite low pressure. Winds from the south. So I'm going to have a 10 knot crosswind to deal with here. Kirkenes. I hate saying because I don't think I'm saying it right. So the arrival we've discussed. MSA 3,200 to the north. Oh no, 3,200. Sorry, to the southeast. 2,800 to the north. Let's get the ILS active now. 1103. So it's already active from my test sector still. 1103, box 1 and 2. It's perfect. Course we can set as well. 233. So if you hold down the format button, that will allow you to set the course without actually going out of the FMS.
Maintain speed 240 knots or greater.
Turn ENTC here.
North 1 Alpha Mike, speed 250 knots or less, descend flight level 100.
Descend flight level 100.
233. I won't worry about gyms.
Contact 80 Foxtrot on ILS 23.
Down format again, go back to the FMS, there we are. So frequencies, courses, minimums.
Switch to 118.1, contact 80 Foxtrot.
We get A, B or C, it doesn't make much difference, it's 5 foot difference. So I'll set 540 for my MDA there.
Taxi via Whiskey, line up 25, report ready.
Whiskey line up 27.
MDA 540. Frequencies, courses, minimums are set, so we don't get vectors. We'll just go Dogod, Undun onto the ILS. Undun's on the extended centre line, and then the final approach fix is Foxtrot 23. So if we go here to flight plan, next page, you can see, look, Kilo Romeo 530 Dogod, Undun, centre fix 23, and these heights is calculated. It's VNAV basically working out that rate of descent we put in 1900 working backwards, and it would have generated a top descent point based just on that fixed rate of descent. So it's a different VNAV system to the 737, which is an idle path descent. This is like a power on descent, but it just basically
Alpaca 225 and ready.
maintains a target rate of descent.
Speed 250 or less.
Where's the zoom?
Descent to variable.
There's our top descent point. It's actually it's having the same issue the Zebo bot actually has. I've updated the routing, but the top descent I think is where the original magenta line was. So it should be obviously on the magenta line. Well, I guess it'd be on the magenta line. Makes sense for it to be. But yeah, it's coming up. We'll leave the VNAV page open, so I'll give you an idea of distance and time to top of descent. So 10 minutes and 63 miles. So yeah, nice straightforward approach here. We'll bring the speed back to 200 knots prior to dog odd unless we're given an ATC speed restriction. Configuration is flat, gear down flat 5, which we'll do quite early. Maintain about 180 knots, and then we'll get fully configured probably before 4 miles today.
Norseman 1 Alpha Mike, turn right heading 090.
Mr. Approach, climb on track 223 to 1500 feet. So straight ahead 1500 feet.
What was this heading for?
Turn right max 185 knots straight into the VOR.
Right heading
The VOR is the Kirkenes I'll, 20, which I'll put on standby. So, well, I'll do it on my radio tune.
Alpaca 225, continue present heading.
120, so it is set.
Alpaca 225, continue present heading.
But
Alpaca 225.
you can see that 1120. It just doesn't display on the pre-selected option, but it is there on standby. So yeah, 1500 feet, right turn, climb to 3000. I'll enter the hold at 3000 feet. So that's actually coded in the FMC as well.
Run ready, descent flight level 250.
Or not.
Please proceed on Quebec arrival and descend flight level 250 on the 917 up.
So the same thing. Oh, it is there. Look, 1500 feet, right turn, 3000. All right, we might be able to use the nav mode for the missed approach. In the actions for the go around, set power, go around power, flat 15. Push go around on the power levers, follow the flight directives, add acceleration altitude, flaps up, engage shielded pilot. And that's the missed approach procedure. So, landing distance then. Runway 23, not the longest runway, 2,300, but quite a long displaced threshold here, what TDG's seen these days. So beyond the threshold is 2,055 feet. If you follow the glide slope down, it's significantly less. That's a massive difference. So, you know, we're going to try and vacate at Charlie here. Delta's for the general aviation. Charlie Bravo is the only way to enter the apron, or where the terminal is. Stands 20 to 25 are the options there. So, yeah, I mean, the stopping performance of the aircraft is incredible. You just disconnect the props. You don't even need to use reverse thrust, I guess, unless stopping is an issue. And the deceleration from the props themselves are pretty effective. The brakes are obviously there as well to be used too. There we are, ready to go.
Airwell deck 2 to go, descend at 3,000 feet,
Tom 0 unable to watch is 1080. I'm always limited to 720, no matter what device you use, no higher setting available to select. Let me check Streamlabs. Yeah, I'm streaming at 60 FPS at 1080p, so it could be an internet speed thing, but others should be able to report what they're getting. Braddon, hi Captain, what's the technical reason for not having to arm the speed brake in case of RTO in the 737 versus having to arm it for landing? So don't arm the speed brake in the 737, otherwise you're going to take off config warning. But it's part of the rejected takeoff action is to manually extend the speed brake first, and then select reverse thrust. Now if you were to do it out of order and actually select reverse thrust, it would actually extend the speed brake automatically, even though it's not armed. It'll pop up and do it for you, but it's not the right order. Reverse thrust when calling an RTO on a dry runway will make no difference. It just increases your brake cooling. So always wheel brakes first. Above 90 knots it'll brake automatically for you in RTO with max braking. Then speed brake, then reverse thrust.
Just maintain high speed.
Guys getting 1080, cool. That's good news.
And airport take 2 to Golf, 70, maintain high speed.
Glass Armel, RDC and landing setting would be nice to have an explanation, and these other engine control settings between the FMCs too, please. Well, I'm no expert, but I will be using it today because I think last stream problem was I didn't set it to 850, so what you do, 850, press this button, move it to max 1020, and it'll ensure that you have 850 for the approach, which keeps the noise down, makes it more comfortable, but in the event of a missed approach, it'll increase the RPM to the maximum for you. So I'll be doing that today. John Pat for automation on 737, yes. Thanks for subscribing. Steam Cannon, welcome. Hello, Pilot Stud, hope you're doing well. Pseudocoder, PC the web browser if you want the highest resolution. Yes. Gregory, flight desk to sim. You could one day fly to Mauritius, especially in South. We've not been to Mauritius, I don't think.
Climb flight level 230, direct uptake.
Direct uptake, climb flight level 230.
I see Just Flight are making some aircraft, or working with some other developers bringing some good aircraft to Microsoft Flight Simulator, which I'm interested in. The 146 for the same team that made the 14XP11 should be coming. They're making a F27, and what else was there? There was something else I saw. Oh yeah, VC10. VC10 will be wicked. Thanks for subscribing as well, Matthew Akers, welcome.
Alpaca 40 Juliet, question Alpaca 4 Delta Juliet, contact Shake, Tower 118.1.
Tech, is the weather radar still an op? This aircraft lives in weather. Yeah, I know. It could be very useful to have a weather radar working. These guys sit in the weather. We're above it. No, it's not working at the moment, but I do know they are actively developing the weather radar. But yeah, if you go weather, gain in op. I wouldn't want to go flying today. Well, look at that, I've actually made weather.
Speed 220 until Dugot.
Affirmative, 240 for the moment.
Anyway, approaching
220 right until Dugot.
20 confirm for
Alpaca 125, speed 220. First Alpaca 125, speed 220.
Speed 220, Alpaca 125.
And last station again.
Alpaca 25 confirmed.
Martin, correct me if I'm wrong, but disc isn't disconnected, right? But actually, disking the propellers. Actually, I don't know what the terminology is. What it's short for. Really don't know. Mr. Bean, hope you're doing well. Turn that off again. Destroy a world. I'm not touching it.
87.
A little bit of an FPS. It's quite intensive in the cabin. So that's actually probably 90. 23. Drops off loads in the external views, but great in the cockpit. Look at that scenery. Amy would definitely be right, Martin. Develop this aircraft, so it's actually short for disking the propellers. Very good.
Can you repeat the arrival again for 442?
Scandinavian 442, side up on Quebec arrival. Expect ILS 23, when ready to send flight level 100.
So on Quebec arrival, ILS 23, and the one ready to send what
Probably have a little bit of...
Flight level 100.
100, 440.
Station calling you stepped over someone else. Say again.
There we are. So I don't know if it's actually working, but does the detect icing display come on sometimes if X-Plane registers icing in these conditions? Because I mean, it's probably a little bit too cold for icing to a DC aircraft, to be fair. Look, minus 41 is the outside air temperature.
1510, cleared Oslo. GG 1 Foxtrot departure. 6,000 feet. Squawk 3421.
2 minutes to top descent. 15 miles. 2 minutes. Yeah, maybe a bit half that. It does. I think I have seen it. Yes. Okay. I don't know if I have any settings which prevents it. But I'd well, yeah, like I said, it's quite cold here.
3421.
Where do I find the total air temperature? I see static, but total. Only a fuel though, look at that. We've only burnt. So we had 1,500 kilos each side. We've only burnt 600 kilos of fuel.
Alpaca 125, forgot to give you, but you're cleared 3,000 feet to join Dallas.
Roger, need to send 3,000 feet to Dallas.
Hi Martin, big fan of videos. They make me happy. Thank you. All the time. And your videos awesome. Keep good work. And I'm watching from New Zealand. Oh Martin, what's the time? Crikey, it must be early in the morning. There we are, little VNAV displays come up with the message approaching top of descent or request descent. Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra request descent.
0 knots or greater until 6 miles.
183 on us to
Scan 111510, the reback is correct.
Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra, request descent.
Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra, descend flight level 100, expect ILS runway 23.
Descend flight level 100, expect ILS 23, Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra. So let me just select VNAV first. The aircraft will actually descend at top of descent there. So now we'll set
November 947 to up,
0 and expecting runway 23 and out select as well.
November 9.
There we go.
Question November 9.
Hi Father, hope you're doing well.
472 Alpha, descend flight level 100.
Message there.
Descending flight level 100
Top of descent
November
alert.
947
Alpaca 225, turn right heading 120.
And 4 miles till top of descent.
right heading 120.
Top of descent's in chat, ladies and gentlemen, love it.
Alpaca 225.
Wasn't it flight level 100? So yeah, I think so.
987 set.
Maybe you're right, because I set one with 0 bit of hesitation.
Yes, my mistake.
I'll let
now
you read it
turning on
back. I'll imagine Jim's asked. You can
2987 Alpaca
I can double check this question.
Alpaca 225, Roger, continue descent 5,000 feet. First Alpaca 225, descend.
So I don't know if there's a way to actually get it to start slowly descending and then capture the path. Maybe I could just use vertical speed, but I've just stayed level
Last station second.
and allowed VNAV to capture it from level 5. Flight level 100 for sure. Imagine we'll confirm with ATC. Thanks.
Marshman,
But, yeah,
132
always
yes.
confirm.
You have not
Right, there's the
been
profile
assigned any
coming in.
speed by me, so you're free to fly
VNAV
whatever
should
speed you want.
engage.
You don't need to request it.
As soon as it captures it. There we are, VNAV path. The aircraft's going to start descending and I'm going to slowly reduce the power.
Alpaca 225, speed 220.
Maintain about, well, we've not been given any speed here, so we'll maintain about 230 knots, keep a high speed.
Airborne take 2 to go, contact area, 1
Oh, I'm at idle.
Alright, 1. Ciao.
Just add a bit of power just to maintain 230. So it's not an idle path
Alpaca
descent
125, speed 190,
like in the and the 73 as I was saying earlier.
180 or
Just use power to maintain your target speed. Which
Marshal 1 miles
I'd say
Mike,
just matches
turn
230.
right heading 100.
You're at idle. Thanks.
Heading 100 to November 1 Mike.
Alpaca 225, descend 4,000 feet.
Descending 4,000 feet, Alpaca 225.
This is,
November 9 for
this is the great thing about the Dash 8.
descend 5,000 feet,
In the TMA, manoeuvring weather jets, it's really not that much of an inconvenience for ATC because you're flying the same speed. Above flight level 100, yeah, typically 250 knots plus. But below 100, everyone's doing less than 250, and that's only just below VMO. So flying 250 in this is doable. You know, obviously, you want to fly the most efficient speed as possible. But this aircraft has no problem mixing with large jets. I mean, the aircraft flew into Heathrow with Flybe for a number of years. Jules, how do you come up with your call signs? Literally, a number and some letters. It's completely random. Sometimes I use them based off once I've used it at work. I just remove Jow. I mean,
for Green Star 717.
I've just noticed VMO's increased significantly. I mean, obviously as we descend, it's probably more an MMO limit, but no, we're doing 240 knots now. Well, that's fine.
Alpaca 125, contact tower, 1 lake 1, bye-bye.
Tower on 1 acres, thank you very much. Good day, Alpaca.
Actually have tower as well.
Alpaca 225,
27 and
speed 200.
Two stations at 1.
Alpaca 225, speed 200.
Perfect.
Speed 200, Alpaca 225.
So this VNAV system is very good. Well, yesterday on the test sector put me right onto the ILS.
5717, direct insult, expect LS 27.
Direct insult, expect LS 27. Retard is
Marshal 1 Alpha Mike, turn right heading 130.
130, Northern Norway.
Superb.
Control, good evening.
So I actually have enough fuel, guys, to hold for 30 minutes and divert back to Tromsø if required. I just thought that was, when I looked at what would be the nearest suitable airport around Kirkenes, there wasn't one. So I thought, oh, Tromsø is the only one I want to go back to. So, not sure what these guys did when the weather was bad. If they were flying from, say, because this is a real sector flown.
8 Echo Sierra, airport speed.
230 knots, Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra. Can do anything up to 240.
Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra, archer speed 230 or less, you're last in the sequence.
230 or less, Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra. So let's do 220.
Alpaca 225.
Everyone's overtaken me in their jets. God damn you, jet pilots.
Right heading
So
160,
bring the speed back to 220, just take a
for
bit of
Alpaca 225.
power off.
Archman 1 Alpha Mike, turn right heading 190, clear LS 23. Oh, he disconnected.
So that's all good. Descent
Alpaca
check this.
225, right 1
So
to
altimeter's not set yet, so we need to wait until we get descent to
right heading
altitude.
190,
Approach
clear
landing
LS
briefing's
23.
completed. Oh yeah, V speed, sorry.
190,
So
Alpaca
press that,
225.
that's based off flap 35.
Alpaca 225, I'm heading clear LS
So
23.
the speed is just to
We
keep
had
between the
ILS,
two.
23,
There's no sort of
25.
set speed. In gustier conditions, with strong headwinds, you'd fly at the upper end of that limit, 133. So I just sort of keep it in between the two. Wind's not too bad today. Sorry about the FlyJSim volume, guys. I know it's loud.
Alpaca 225, speed 180.
Try my best not to talk over.
Speed 180, Alpaca 225. 2 seconds ago we got traffic warning.
Yeah, he's currently ahead of you by 5 miles.
That's quite a sensitive TCAS. I mean, on final approach of busy airports, that's typical separation.
Marshman 1 Alpha Mike, speed 180 or greater.
I'm doing well, Martin Walsh.
Got traffic close by.
Also speed 180 for Northern Norway.
Signal sign on.
November 9472 Alpha via Dugod clear LS runway 23. Descend 3000 feet.
Heading 3000 feet and lead runway 23 via Dugod.
Samuel, the Copenhagen Log F had mega delays. I think that was the busiest one. Well, apart from Palmer. Who here remembers Palmer? Yeah, I was in the hold for an hour. But this weekend, we have 2 runways available.
Cleared up take 1 mic.
I'm going to do 52 checks, then I can actually set climbing above assigned altitude.
Oh dear.
Checking altitude.
Videre 36 Bravo, clear direct.
there's the cloud's gone again.
Oslo, expect low class approach runway 10.
There is Kirkenes. It is actually Cav OK, so maybe that is actually Active Sky updating. Tomorrow is going to be quite enjoyable, guys, when we're in the Zebra mod in Poland. 2 sectors, both of them very short, 45 minutes each. Domestic sector is Poland, and it'll be very busy on VATSIM. Looking forward to that.
I'm a 9472
That'll be live at 5 tomorrow as well.
Speed 210.
That's what on lunch break they did.
Speed 210 or less, number 9
Just watching on speed, remember that's 230 knots maximum, so just bring that power back. We'll leave it VNAV. So this is almost midday in Norway, local time, 8 hours behind live time. That's as high as the sun gets.
Echo Sierra, turn left heading 030, vector 3 sequence.
Left 030 degrees, up okay, Echo Sierra. So, heading select. Where are you? There we go. So heading 030.
Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra, descend flight level 90.
Descend flight level 90, Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra. 90 is set. So I'm quite interesting to see what would happen here. As we're going off our profile, I should think VNAV's rate of descent will become less, so just adding power just to maintain 220. So I think that's actually adjusting the rate of descent accordingly, which is quite cool. An aircraft carrier. No, is the answer, guys. It's been a while since you've done that, though. Lauren White, Polish domestic is a 737, be very short, yes, but I fly sectors that length regularly at my operator, less than 45 minutes.
Minimums.
Hello,
Minimums.
Diego. Frey, welcome as a member buddy. Glad you joined the content. You'll get invited to our members only Discord. Hope you enjoy using the custom modes and chats. Well, thank you so much for your support. Thank you. Anyway, so it's actually an accuracy in real life. Disengaging LNAV would disengage VNAV also. Ah, interesting. So this is sort of behaving Amy right now as the 737 would. If you come off your
for
magenta line onto a heading,
we're unable to send
obviously the
here.
profile
Is it possible to get some vectors and extend it down
would be adjusted.
We need some more time to descend.
So obviously, if VNAV thinks you're on the magenta line in the 737, if you start flying 90 degrees, if it makes sense, the profile will level off as well, and the aircraft will level off. So I'm guessing that's sort of what the aircraft's doing here. Makes sense though. You don't want to be using VNAV really off the magenta line.
November 947 to Alpha. For planning purposes, do you have field insights?
Tony, do you prefer short sentences in real life? I have an optimal length, about 2 hours. Much less, you're very busy. Much longer, it's not much going on. So 2 hours is a sweet spot. I don't mind doing some short sentences.
Expect the wish approach, continue heading for now.
Usually makes with
460 and expect visual for 9%.
So we're going off on this heading to create some separation for ATC. I'm going to revert to vertical speed actually here. So VS, just do about 800, let's do about 500 feet per minute as we go off our course. And just maintain about 220 knots manually.
Are you able to direct Indra, India November Romeo Oscar Tango, that's the final Pushback?
I wish I win the giveaway. I'll fly it all day to from airports I've made. You never know, but it is completely random, not rigged, as everyone thinks all the time. It's completely random.
Stand by.
Instructions will be
and
given.
Possible to heading 060.
Scale 442 heading 070.
070 was
November 972 Alpha, turn right.
So just updating direct again, just to draw a magenta line. So do what we do in the 73. Is TCAS working? On, out. I don't know. I haven't actually ever seen any traffic display on the TCAS, on the ND. Rigged, yeah. Defo rigged, yeah. Any more?
Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra, turn right heading 100.
Right, heading 100 degrees, Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra.
Scan 11442, descent 6, question descent 3.
So that's taking us back towards the airport. Do another direct to number 11. Where's that put us on our VNAV profile? We're about 600 feet below. That's worked out quite nice. So we'll just leave VS 500 feet until the profile comes back towards us.
November 9472 Alpha.
And there's 100 for 90. Post cruise checks coming up. So fuel, we've got loads. 2,200. I mean, that's typically what we landed at our destination with 737 sometimes. There we are. AP's off. Pressurization is all good and set. Seatbelts on. There's no warning messages. There we are. Post cruise checks complete. If you want VNAV to realign, you can do VTO dog on. Thank you, Amy. Amy, you've been so invaluable. I presume it's number 11. Oh, no, 1. So that updates VNAV separately. Interesting. Let's use it again. Well, I'm going to level off.
Repeat heading?
Scanner 442, right heading 140.
140,
Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra, request further descent.
Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra, descend 6,000 feet, QNH 987.
Descend 6,000 feet, QNH 987 hectopascals, Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra. So 6,000 feet, QNH 987. That's going to change the profile on VNAV, look at that. So we'll leave it at VS 500. Power back to get to 220 knots. Passing 8,600 to 6,000 feet, and the standby altimeter is set. So you have to update both VNav and LNav.
Scandinavian 422 heading 200 KLS 23.
200 KLS 23, 442.
Scan 442, check your altitude. You cleared 3,000 feet on QNH 987, currently indicating 2004.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, shit. 442,
Please accept my apologies, ladies and gentlemen.
Maka 8 Echo Sierra, descend 4,000 feet, turn right heading 140.
Right heading 140 degrees, descend 4,000 feet, South Back 8 Echo Sierra. That was brilliant. I've heard it in real life on the radio as well, and it was something similar to that situation.
Confirm direct Oslo, Oscar Lima, question Oscar Sierra Lima,
4,000
Oscar Lima.
feet set. Just update my profile's high now. So let's do indicated airspeed hold. Close the power for now.
Scandinavian 442, speed 180 or greater to 6 miles.
And I'm going to get vectored on now, so I'm actually going to change the nav source to the ILS. Actually, no, not yet, because I lose the VNav guidance.
Baka 8 Echo Sierra, speed 180 knots.
And reduce the speed 180 knots, South Back 8 Echo Sierra. So speed, where are you? No, not speed, it's indicated airspeed hold, and then I'll select 180. No, that's pitch hold. Ah! I miss my 737 in these situations. 180. And what is the clean speed, Amy, or anyone that's familiar with the Dash 8 here? Because obviously the 737 is the up speed, but 180 knots would have flap 1 selected. But I think the clean speed in this is a little bit faster, I think. There's 180 anyway. ENTC will be happy. A little bit high on profile. It's around 180.
Established 23.
Scandinavian 442, roger.
Going direct to London.
Photograph Scandinavian 1330, level 32, sit down, Francisco.
Scandinavian 1330, Claris, squawk 2055.
Just vertical speed 500.
2055, Scandinavian 1330.
Adding power to maintain 180.
Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra, turn right heading 190, KLS 23.
Heading 190 degrees, good ILS 23, Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra.
Minimums.
Thanks, whoever that is.
Minimums. Approaching
Heading
minimums.
190.
Papa November, Claris, squawk 4404.
ILS, no ILS yet. I think that's just X-plane being X-plane. Just had a bit of power here, so we don't go below 180.
Scandinavian 1330, identified.
I need to turn all this off now as well. Pete, thanks for £10. I'll let that one read as well.
10.
Adam, thanks for the membership. Welcome aboard. Members on your Discord for you, buddy. Thank you.
3 weeks no flying, just topping up the beer fund.
Oh. Thank you very much, Pete. I'm looking forward to my 2 weeks and I'll get myself some surfaces. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you very much for your continued support. Well, I must be getting close to the localizer here. I'll just turn all these alerts off now. Thank you, Pete. Oh, localizer, where are you? I've definitely got the correct frequency, 110.3. This is just a limitation X-plane, so I might go for the localizer here.
When ready, 160.
4,000. Come on, localizer. It's so annoying, this thing. I'm going to self-position on because I've got no information here. It's definitely tuned. 16 miles. So I'm sort of self-positioning here, guys. I'm still out of range according to X-plane. Oh, speed's getting really low. Oy, 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 oy. It's gone to out hold now anyway. Oh, come on, speed, speed, speed. So I've gone through the... There it comes. Look, there's glide slope. Where's my localizer gone? I don't know what's going on.
442, thank you, bye-bye.
Well, so much my CDA. 4,000 feet. I don't know why I'm getting no localizer information, guys. If there's anything I've missed, 15 miles away now, no localizer deviation. You can pick up localizer. You can't use it, but you can pick it up so far out. Just make sure I'm not doing anything silly, guys. It's strange that I've got a glide slope, see. 1103.
15351,
1103 active. There it goes. Look, there you go. It's just X-plane. 13 miles, I get the localizer. It's just a bit of a pain. I must tell them that they've got to increase the ranges on this. Localizer alive. Yeah, nav is not armed. It doesn't make any difference, guys. If I can't arm nav, if there's no localizer information, remember that red X? It just came alive at about 13 miles. 118.1. Thank you so much for the ATC. Hardborough. I think that's right. Did I say that right? Yes. Only 30 miles. Doesn't the real one work till 27? I mean, you can pick up localizer 30-40 miles. Typically, you can only use it within 17 miles, but you can pick up the guidance there. Maybe it is Lars. Glide slope coming up anyway.
Bravo.
Glide slope capture. So there's nothing wrong with what I did. I can go below the glide slope. The minimum radar altitude is 4,000 feet. As long as I don't go below that, we'll just capture the glide slope from 4,000 feet in this case. So glide slope capture. So yeah, that was really weird. Localizer only came in at what, 13 miles or so? Wow, there we are, glide slope capture. That's what it was descending. So we're going to maintain 180 knots for a short while, and then we're going to go get down flat 5 and then start configuring. And it is actually clear skies here at the moment, Cav. Is it Kirkenes, I think? Just watch my speed there. Kirkenes Tower, very good evening, Alpaca. 8 Echo Sierra established ILS 23 at 9 miles.
Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra, Kirkenes Tower, good evening, number 2, following 737 on a 1.5 mile flight.
Continuing approach, Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra. Perfect, so we'll start configuring now. Let's gear down first. Flaps to 5. Stand by hydraulic pressure on. Don't use auto feather. No, don't use auto feather. Tanks auxiliary on as well. Slowly bring the speed back. Just add a little bit of power here. Flaps to 10. We're below 181 knots. Just noted. We're going to use this reduced MP, sorry, and then put the props to full. So we've got reduced MP landing. Yeah, they've still got this spurious EGPWS going off all the time. So there we are, flap 10 gear down. We need to be below 172 knots to select flat 15, which we are. So selecting flat 15. That increasing drag will slowly bring the speed back, take a little bit of power off as well. And for flat 35, we need to be below 158 knots. See, when I did the test procedure, I flew in via the dog-god transition, so it put me within the range that the localizer is for X-Plane 11.
Yeah, unable to make it to Bravo, scanning for
So we might get a
backtrack for Bravo 440.
We might get a late landing clearance because that. Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra, roger. So he missed Bravo. That aircraft's going to have to backtrack to get off at Bravo, which is I would expect if it was in a jet. This thing is infuriating. There we are. To terrain. Right, landing flap coming in, flap 35. So after go around, it'll be set power, flap 15, push the go around button, follow the flight directors. So landing flap coming in. Why not flap 15? Seems to land better at that setting. Don't know. just
okay, Echo Sierra. Just for planning purposes, for the missed approach, are you able right time back to 2-3, or do you need a full procedure?
We can take vectors, Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra, whatever's easiest for you, the procedure's fine.
Right.
So remember, missed approach straight ahead, 1500 feet right turn, but don't expect miracles, guys. I'm not proficient at Dash 8, I don't fly this aircraft in real life. I'll do my best to keep it all safe. Looks like we're okay anyway.
Scanning 442, thank you, taxi, Yankees and T1.
Yeah, he's just vacated.
Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra 23, clear land, wind 180 degrees, 10 knots, magnetic.
Runway 23 clear to land, Alpaca 8 Echo Sierra. Magnetic winds, my goodness. Right, clear to land, checks complete, fully configured, disconnecting the autopilot. There we are, autopilot's disconnected, so my aircraft, 3 whites at the moment. Just take a little bit of power off, minimal power changes, because it really disrupts the flow of this thing. So I'm actually going to do a little bit left here, a little bit fast as well. Remember that crosswind's coming from the left, so it's drifting me downwind slightly. It's actually a lot of terrain there, to be fair. They need to, I think they need to disable it because it's so sensitive for now. It's just easier to disable it. The Zebra mod used to have that issue. Terrain issues a little bit high.
968 fully ready for launch and no need to backtrack vehicle center.
2 reds, 2 whites, that's better. So you can see that drift already, 10 knot cross well. Shut up. That's a mandatory terrain escape maneuver in reality. Forget that. Back on. So the glide slope's showing me very high, but I'm following the pappies now. Only the pappies, not the glide slope. There's that display threshold, a little bit low on speed. That's okay, keep it descending. Keep the power on.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Take the power off. Come on. Oh, not bad, not bad. Right, we're down. Bit of a bounce. Disconnect idle. 100 knots. Manual braking, see if I can make the exit. 80 knots. 60 knots. Oh, missed that exit. I'll make it though. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kirkenes. We're down. Not a butter, this is so hard to butter, so I'm pretty happy with it. So we'll take the left here. That's just help ATC, so I didn't need to backtrack, even though I think...
Welcome to Kirkenes, taxi Bravo Yankee stand 20.
Bravo Yankee stand 20, back at 8, Echo Sierra, Gugfell. I don't know if you say that at the end there, but we're vacated, we're down. I'm very happy with that landing, trust me, for the Dash 8, I'm very happy. Bravo Yankee stand 20. So we just need to get the parking stand information. Oh, there we go. So it's going to go all the... Oh, it's all the way in the corner, look. So following the taxiway. Got aircraft galore. Oh! Why are they... I think there could be an issue with this scenery, look. Because look at the ortho. That's actually where the taxiway is. Well, I'm going to go in front of...
Transavia 80 for how much minutes do we need? Just a couple more.
I think it could be my scenery's out here. Oh dear. Because I'm going in front of them. They must be in the terminal on whatever aircraft they have.
The push is now approved? Okay, push approved, then 88 takeoff.
Tower, okay, Echo Sierra. I think I have different scenery to everyone else, so if it looks like I'm taxing for everyone, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a major difference between the explain scenery and the flight simulator scenery.
Appreciate knowledge, thanks. There we go. Well, we'll just make sure that's all the positions. Spawn is to taxi, thank you. I still haven't done any of the cleanup here. Flaps coming up. That answers that then, so we'll ignore the fact I've just taxied for everyone. And right in the corner, look, stand 20 here. That was a lovely little flight here, wasn't it? Absolutely Becca. Right, taxiing on in. Let's do that as well, stand 20. I'll get the AP up and running just for the replay. I think they don't use it that often. Start. Yeah, it's a shame about the localizer. I'm actually going to let Laminar know because it's loads of times I get caught out by that in Explain. They need to increase the range there considerably. You know, the DOC, the range at which you use it is within 20 miles or so. You can't use it outside that, but you should be able to get the information at least, localized release for 40 miles out. I've had vectors from certain Spanish airports onto the localizer at 30 miles, which is impossible. There we are, coming on to stands. Don't worry, forget we're going to do a giveaway as well. This is TDG scenery, by the way. A little bit uphill here. Turn that music down as well. No marshalling, unfortunately. There's the Norwegian flag flying. Someone's just departed off the runway as well. Super, very good. Oh, come on. Just get a little bit more power to get right up to the stop point. There we are. I'll do a taxi and flow when we actually get onto stand. There we are. So parking brake is set. Turn these lovely sounds up as well. It's quite quiet on the approach, I fear. That's better. Approach we did. It was a bit of a rush there because the localizer didn't come until late. Landing gear, we did all that after landing. So control lock, we would have turned on. There we are. Transponder to standby. There we are. Transponder to standby. Radar's not modelled. Flaps are up. Pumps off. Hydraulic pressure standby. System off. PTU would be off. Yaw damper off as well. Spoiler is into taxi, anti-collision light, go to red. Yes, we're blinding everyone still at this stage with the strobes. Red. Lights off now, pitot static switches off, window shield heat off, maybe be on warm up still. Oh, maybe I'm meant to put that to normal, not so sure. They can come off as well. Isolation switches are done, window heat off, aim bus tiebreaker to tie. There we are. APU is required on, and then shutdown checklist. Just move these levers to cut off. Yeah, so and all the way to fuel off. There we are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Oh, that sound is so cool. Welcome to Kirkenes, Northern Norway. Absolutely beautiful. I'll have a look at chat there. Super busy there. Last second there. Lots of terrain emojis. Yes, that needs. Honestly, my recommendation would be. I said this to other devs in the past. Is well, until they get it fixed, actually disable it because it's really annoying. Just getting train. It did it on the other flight as well. So whilst until it gets fine-tuned, actually just disable it as well. The EGPWS terrain warning is obviously an important element of real-world aviation, but it's also quite accurate, and it's unlikely to ever give you that hard terrain warning as a terrain escape manoeuvre. It might operate a mandatory terrain escape manoeuvre there. Yeah, check, close, hold the attitude. No, Anthony, don't do that. The Dash 8 will fall out of the sky. Leave the power on it for the whole flare to touch down. That's what I've been told. It worked out okay there. John, you were a third of my landing rate into Gibraltar, so I give that a 10 out of 10. Now you took Concorde, I believe. They're very, very good. Spoilers to taxi, caught that one there. Yeah, no butter emojis. You're so harsh. You always go for the no butter emojis as soon as I don't butter it there. Unbelievable. Excellent. Firebug, yeah, might let them know about that there. LaJules, don't forget about my donation, please. Oh, LaJules, I'm so sorry. It didn't come up because I think it was probably muted, but there we go. I'll let it ping up now.
50,
thanks, buddy.
40, 30,
oh, yes, don't forget we're doing
20,
the giveaway.
10.
Well, let's see if it is rigged. Thanks, buddy.
So here's my bribe, Captain. If I don't win the giveaway, there will be dire consequences. #rigged.
Uh-oh, Jules. Well, yeah, thanks for slipping me a fiver. We'll see what we can do. I'm joking. If it is you, Jules, I'll run it again to show you it's not rigged. But the chances of it being you, well, what is it? How many people are here? What in 350 chance of winning it there? Beacon off. You guys are so. Yes, guys. Sorry. Oh dear. Where are you, Beacon? There you go. Much better. Much more realistic now. Awesome, so hope you enjoyed that, but if we haven't quite finished yet, we are going to do a little bit of a giveaway. I knew someone like Samuelo dos Santos would ask this sort of question. So what I'm going to do is set up Nightbot. I'm just going to ask you a very simple question, guys. All you have to do is put the correct answer in chat. In lowercase, uppercase, it doesn't matter. Only do it once. If you do it more than once, you'll have no chance of winning it. So I'm just going to put that here. And if you are the lucky winner, this is what I request you do. You get in contact with me via email, flightsim@gmail.com, or social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'll take a screenshot of the winner, your name and the icon, your YouTube icon, and just to prove it's you, I have a very simple request. You just go to your YouTube sign out page where it has your name, your logo, and it says sign out. That proves it's you. It's very rare, but believe it or not, in the past, people have pretended to be someone else to try and claim the prize. It's a sad fact of life, but this is the way I actually prove it was you that won there. Thank you very much, David G, for also winning. David G, because I'm very nice, I'm going to wait a minute because it takes a minute for subscribers to be able to write in chat. That's just an anti-spam feature which I've used, and that has completely stopped these random hacked accounts coming in from bots, which has been great. It makes the modders have a far easier job with dealing with the situation. Of dealing with problems there.
Minimums.
Hi, thanks for 8 months as a member. Great to see some smaller airfields. I have fond memories from childhood of a few visits to Yuki when it was RAF St. Morgan for air shows. Very cool, Pangolin. Yeah, nice to go here. TDG is a slightly older. I hasn't got that many updated sceneries at the moment, but they're pretty good. It sort of gives you the correct layout of the airports as well, and it's a nice little obscure airport. I have to say thanks to Lars, our cookie, for suggesting this sector here. But yeah, believe it or not, what's the time here in the sim? It's 11:56, midday, approaching midday local time today, and that is where the sun is on November the 10th. it's crazy. And 2 weeks time, the sun won't even get above the horizon. Right then, let's run this little giveaway. So very simply, let me just set it up in the background here. I haven't even got it up and running yet, so you need to enter the keyword. There we are. Anti-spam is enabled, so automatically mark users unavailable to win the award if they post it more than once. So remember, guys, only post it once, otherwise you won't have a chance of winning. Sam, I don't know, what's your email if you win? It's on my YouTube homepage. If you go to the About section, you'll find my email address, flightdectasim@gmail.com. Right, so here we go. Here is the question I'm going to be asking, okay? The the -8 Q400 has a letter Q in it. What does the Q stand for? All we need to do is put what the Q stands for in the -8 Q400 for a chance of winning a copy of this excellent aircraft from FlyJSim. Lots of people coming in with the correct answer already. Latency is very good today, less than 10 seconds.
50,
Thanks, David G.
40, 30, 20,
you didn't have to do that,
10.
buddy.
Thanks for waiting on me.
Oh, no problem, David G. That must be a record between someone actually subscribing and donating. That's very generous of you. You're most welcome. I'm afraid any sort of generosity shown like that doesn't win you any favours, as Pangolian seems to think as well, but it's completely random. There's no preference or increased luck of winning if you're a member. It's fair for everyone. The members get their own private giveaway each month on our members-only group flight, which increases their chances of winning substantially, and they get a few of the obviously the membership perks. But this is for anyone in chat. Chat. Of course, if it's a member that happens to win, which makes up a huge chunk of my viewership, it'll be #rigged. We'll give it a few more seconds anyway, just in case people have a slower internet connection as well. Give it another 30-40 seconds or so. No, Hawaii 345, it's not Quack. It's not quintessential either. The quintessential 400. Brilliant. So far, there's been 149 people who put in the correct answer. Only of these obviously take part if you have X-Plane 11. If you have Microsoft Flight Simulator, it'll be no use to you. You don't know how luck works. Quick? No, it's not quick. Not Queen. The answer, of course, I'm looking for is quiet, and I think we've got a fair few people who have now put in the correct answer in the chat channel. So what I'm going to do is now roll the giveaway, and it will say in chat who the winner is. So here we go, 3, 2, 1. The winner of a copy of the FlyJSim Q400 is Felix, unbelievable, a channel member, rigged, #rigged, unbelievable. Well done to you, Felix, who has just become here. Unknown when he's a subscriber as well. Congratulations to you. Completely unrigged. I'm telling you, it's all random, unrandom, unbelievable. Well done to you, buddy. Let me know how you'd like to get the contact most easily through Discord, but if you want to do it for another way, that's completely fine as well. Congrats, buddy. Enjoy flying the FlyJSim Q400 in X-Plane 11. I have to say again, massive thank you to FlyJSim for sending me a pre-release version. You know, that saved me having to buy it. My way of saying thanks to you guys for all the amazing support you show me is to give you a purchase copy for one of you guys. So amazing, there we are. So if you'd like to get the aircraft anyway, if you were so unfortunate to win it, it is available for $80. Do you think that's probably quite pricey, especially for those who use Microsoft Flight Simulator, but that is what you pay for such a high quality product such as this. I've really enjoyed flying it. Only twice I've streamed in it, but preparing for the stream yesterday, really enjoyable. And no doubt it'll be a regular aircraft that we see in a hangar. You know, I've got so many aircraft to fly now in X-Plane 11. You know, it's incredible, really. But next will be in the Zebo Bod tomorrow, and then next different aircraft will be the A340 from Tolis, which I've been waiting to stream for a while now. I think of a nice little sector that will be coming in the following week or so, because I'm off work at the moment, which is great. LeJules, thank you very much for the $4.99. I'll wait for that to ping up. Unbelievable. I've got nothing else to say. I'll wait for that to be read. List them in. Considering the amount of members in chat, it's pretty hard to not get a rigged giveaway. Usually list them in on most streams. About 40 to 50% of the viewers are active members on the channel. It's incredible how many of you are now. So yes, statistically, you know, it's 50/50s, and it's about that with the giveaways.
The consequences for this rigging will be that I will bite myself now.
Brilliant. Well, I'm sure the FlyJSim devs will be very happy with that, your investment there. They've been working very hard toward that aircraft. So thank you, LaJaws. That's 2 donations, very generous of you. We'll see what we can do for your next giveaway. Hey, week. Felix, you said looks like I'll need some earmuffs. You certainly will, buddy. You certainly will. Perfect. So we'll call it a day. Turn down the music there. Thanks to all the amazing ATC controllers that came online. I mean, right at the start of the stream, there was no one, and I don't know if there was any event today, but yeah, we had ATC for the entire sector. Just makes the stream so much more realistic to be moved around with ATC. Cool, so with that, we'll turn down the music here. I might have to shut the door actually, because if I do the replay, we'll have that open. So closing that. The sounds on this figure just bigger. How do I shut the door or air stairs here? Oh, bypassengers just put a roof on their head. I don't actually know how to. Oh. Blast. Well, we'll just have to have that door open there. Anyway, cue the funky replay music for the replay. Oh, why are you not playing? Oh, unbelievable. There we go. Oh, no. Right, there we are. Let's jump into the aircraft. Put you on final approach there. So, apart from the spurious terrain warnings, I was pretty happy with the approach and landing. The technique is very different to that in the 737. If you make lots of power changes, massively affects your position on the ILS there. Doors. Although it's actually retracting quick. Love that. The fact that it actually retracts on the replay. Great sound. So this thing is a third of the way to the 737. It just gets buffeted around so much, but there's a little bit of correction there. You can see the windsock. We just held the altitude. And look, to be fair, I think it was a little bit of the runway slope. Look at that. I need to talk to the Norwegian airport contractors. Look at this. Look at this lump height. I think this is what I hit on my main gear. No, actually, I think I was just past that lump. Oh, no, there was the first touchdown. The reason I bounced, look, I touched down on the hill and then bounced down. You could forgive me for being not a butter then, because I actually hit a speed bump on the runway. Outrageous. Let's pop ourselves here. So you can see the crosswind. Look, the aircraft's directly pointing towards us. Still had the power, and then I took the power off about there. You can see it just fall down. But look, I hit the speed bump. Bounced right up. Excuses. I know Edo in 2 tons. Unbelievable. Let's have a look at the tower view. That's actually a really cool tower view. Very good. So get the power in. Took the power off about there. You can just see it sink onto that little bump. You can see the bump. There we go. Straight to disc. And I just use a little bit of brakes there, so I didn't miss that exit. Do a little bit of a 180 just to help out ATC, so you had departures and arrivals to deal with. Very nice. Literally drops out of the sky. No, as soon as you take that power off, simply pop, it just goes off there. Right, well, let's put you back in the cockpit and then a wind view so you can enjoy this beautiful approach into Kirkenes. And as ever, the usual sign out message from me. So, oh look, you can actually see. I've just noticed something. Look, regards the scenery. Look, I didn't see that on the test sector. Look at that. The runway on XP 11 is in a different position as the ortho tile. Very interesting. It probably explains why everyone's facing different directions and stuff. Anyway, as usual, thanks to everyone for the continued support on the channel, to all my regular viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much as ever. If you want to like the video on your way out, that does the channel awful lot of good, so thank you. To all the members, thank you so much for the continued support. Don't forget the MOGF on Saturday. Guys, I'll be live again tomorrow, 2 streams in a row for you in the Zebra 1737. We're going to be doing a 2-sector day celebrating FlyJSim Poland's 20th anniversary 2 sectors. That stream's already published. You'll find all the information on my YouTube page. To everyone that donated as well, thank you so much for my generosity. As I said, live tomorrow in Poland, 2 sectors in the Zebo mod. Saturday members MogF, and I'll be also live on the FlyJSim gaming channel on Sunday. We're going to be doing a race, with some of the members in a set course. So lots to look forward to this weekend if you are so interested. Guys, as ever, stay safe, look after yourselves, and I'll see you all tomorrow in Poland in the Zebo mod. Take care. Bye bye.
Minimums, approaching minimums.